so many things kind of coincide because I started having sciatic nerve pain by sitting long hours at the potter's wheel. And also my mother passed away. Kind of I had a few years of grieving stage. And when I started working, I wanted to make something I felt. So that kind of lead to hand building too. See, and that's kind of a nice pace, right? You cannot do things in a rush. And by adding the coil, kind of you are working with each layer. So you are just gradually building up from nothing at the beginning. I try to be simple line, but I also like to have something with some feel of movement, kind of, going uplifting movement. Yeah, I think that kind of relating to the something you are longing for or yearning or something like that.
Hope you don't mind good.
But I'm all dressed.
Too bad. But you're all dressed.
After she finished, you can hand it to her, so you can start stoking right away.
Okay.
So you could try to keep it like 2 bricks,
2 bricks down.
So the second shift people are catching up with what's happening. So that's good. So kind of spend some time watching, talking is always good. We started on the 23rd, Monday, and today is Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm. How's it going so far?
Well, so far it has been going very nicely, wonderfully. The temperature has been climbing up smoothly. Yeah, but see, right now it went up like over 2,000. So it's kind of getting harder to raise the temperature. It will go up very slow because whole kiln needs to get heated up at the same time. So whenever it's very slow, that means the kiln is trying to catch up too. And to me, that whole kiln is acting like an alchemist. Clay itself is a decomposed granite, but after you have this high prolonged firing, the clay becomes like a man-made granite. It's kind of a whole, like a big cycle. We are just a tiny part of it. People who started paying more attention in Japan and reviving the Anagama firing is because of this effect of they found the shards of pieces without any glazes, and they saw the possibility. This is like buried under hot ember, but I like this kind of quality, how the clay itself is being affected. Another thing, after you finish firing, depending on how slowly the kiln is cooling and how quickly, if it's a quick cooling, they tend to become shiny. Some area can produce both, shiny area and less shiny area. Just like in nature, if you see beautiful rocks or something, from one side is exposed to the more rain, see the moss growing, and some colors and texture. That kind of beauty I really like to see in my work happens in the kiln. Since I need to see, I will turn on the light.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't care if it's reduced?
No, too much reduction, don't worry.
Okay.
Heavy reduction is very good at this point because we will be going down again and going up again. So we always make some change, then we have to, see how the kiln is responding, because not like gas kiln, it doesn't show immediately. You have to at least wait an hour or so
to see what happens with the changes you make. Yeah.
Especially for better change. Bad change normally happens very quickly.
Isn't that
right?
the truth? Yeah.
Getting ready? Stop. Oh, nice.
Oh, Good.
Gently, but this is the time when we can drop some work. Maybe 3 will be good. Did you put 6?
5.
5!
This is fascinating.
There you are, right?
That was definitely the end of the firing kind of moment.
Yeah.
It's fun to work together and eat together, and starts off everybody's kind of strangers. Well, we definitely were this time because we didn't know each other. And by the end, you feel like, you know, good buddies, and you're glad to see them again. And then unloading, of course, that's exciting. Yeah, it's hard to wait 3 weeks to unload.
The way we do is I will just start unloading and giving you right side, left side, front, back. We will unload things, you know, right side will come this way, left side this way, center.
I'm taking it out to the table. Yeah, you could.
Ruri, I'm gonna get a mask and then I'll take that from you.
You take that too? Yeah. You take that too?
So normally we just unload everything like the way it came out. So we can kind of see the whole work and see how the work look like in certain parts of the kiln. So that's why unloading time is very important, how you put them out. Yeah. And then, of course, some people are always very curious. So after unloading is another big job is cleaning. You know, cleaning the shelves, not only the kiln and the shelves and the kiln posts, but each work normally come out with some ash on, something is sticking.
I don't think it'll come out. Nope. Together forever. This side. Sat down.
Yeah, it looks like it got melted right in there.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Not so bad. A little grinding.
So we use the diamond grinding tool. So it's lots of work. Well, normally cleaning takes like 2 days, maybe. Yeah, depending on how many people are participating. I normally like to have everybody do it right after unloading. That's the only good time to do it.
So I fired my second time firing with Ruri. This looks like one of the more successful pieces from the firing. You know, I really like the way that the glaze that I've had on here is interacting with the form, and how it's interacting with the rest of the surface of the piece. And the way the ash is landing on here. This is the flame side, but I'm really more interested in these oranges and these reds, what's happening behind here, and the way that, you know, all these lines and the surfaces and the planes are coming together. But then this lip is really interesting too. With the, this portion is also unglazed, but the different way the flame was hitting up here higher where it was perhaps more open. The flame was rushing through here and depositing more ash up here at the lip, and maybe reducing that and getting those blues, pulling those blues out. So this takes a long time to make, but long time to fire, but it looks just about spot on. You know, every firing you always have, I call it post-firing depression, where you always think you should have made more of this form, used more of this clay, glazed it this way, or not used that glaze. But it's always something that at the end of the firing is always the start of the next cycle.
So yeah, this is really my first experience with this. It was fun. I learned a lot about the whole process of firing ceramics.
Now these all lift off.
So
You could put your whole family in here and just glue it together, everybody's ashes as they die, and then just, no.
well, it's an urn. Huh?
It could be. And I was very worried that it would fall apart in the kiln, because I don't make that big of work usually, and I didn't know what would happen. Yeah, I've always kind of liked the woods, and it's just sort of a little fantasy thing.
So I'm not sure. I think it definitely it's just a cooling crack. Probably had something to do with this was a solid handle, and pot being thinner. Just couldn't quite make it. But it's okay. I mean, this whole thing for me wasn't about getting any pottery out of this kiln. It was about meeting Ruri and setting it up for the college so that we can be involved in the firings in the future. I was glad that we were able to bring down some students who worked their tails off and did a good job. So.
You too.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is way easier than a lot of farm work that I've had to do, so this is just pure fun.
And I had envisioned them to be more white, but I think I'm liking this, and it just can represent maybe the staining of iron and other minerals.
Sure.
And the effects of water and erosion.
Cracked at some point during the firing, and the rest of the crack right there. Some wads that are pretty well fused to the floor.
I know. I think ash is melting over and then just stuck. Just finished unloaded everything, and these were in the front, just facing where the flame is shooting, and then some other pieces were here. That's how these patterns happen, because it happens behind. And I intentionally made this cut from the beginning. Hopefully it will kind of, play and open up more. It did open up more, but not exactly what I intended. But maybe in a few days, when I see the work, maybe I feel differently too. But I have been doing this kind of a simple form as a prayer for peace type of series. But actually, I like this quality of this ash melting, but not shiny. When I saw these cracks, our life has so many scars and wounds and things like that. And right now, just focusing on try to finish as much as we can today. So the whole kiln and everything is ready for the next firing, and we even started moving the wood forward closer to the kiln, so the new split wood will be piled behind. So then we can kind of go over and look at the work. I think we are here just like a caretaker or trustee or stewardship of the place. So hopefully the place is going to be well utilized. When the kiln was built and when the first firing, I just felt like finally I am at the starting line.